Today, I'm gonna go over how I stole the NFL's hiring process to hire for my own team. A lot of people probably are like, the NFL probably has something that's like super strategic or like over the top, and it's so simple that I loved it. They use a timed application. If someone invites you to apply as an editor, they want to test your critical thinking. And to do that, my test was a Dropbox folder, and in the Dropbox folder, there was 2 hours of footage, a brief, a song, assets to be in the video, and I had a 2-hour timer from the time I downloaded that folder. If you think about that, they're testing how fast can you scrub footage, craft a narrative, put something together, maybe not the best, but they want to see how your creativity is compiled to understand how you're going to work under pressure in a high pressure editing environment. And I've stolen this strategy. When I hire, I have built this insane curriculum for hiring, and I have every single person take the same test, and I can almost always find and extract the most talented creative people because of the way this test is designed. And with the NFL, they had you do one test and then they had you do another test. So they got 2 chances to see how you react to being under pressure and under a time limit. And I don't think I've never had a situation like that before where it was so much pressure to figure out how do I watch 2 hours of footage and craft something, and it's all about like skipping through the footage, grabbing a clip, skipping through, like you're never watching it. You have to learn how to scrub. And the best editors are willing to be thrown under extreme pressure, because if you think about the NFL, there's so many moments that have to be taken instantly, turned into something, and distributed. So when I think about hiring, I'm like, okay, what if I force someone to have a time limit to see what they can do under a time limit, so I know that if I give them more time, they're gonna make something even better. This is where people get abused creating things for like editing tests. Is like, if someone's putting you on a 5-day project and isn't paying you for 5 days of work, they're having you make a video to potentially use. Versus if I'm paying someone to make something in 2 hours, 5 hours, 10 hours, whatever, that's so minimal in the scheme of like how long a project could be. So it makes sense to pay them whatever they want for a 2 or 3 or 5 hour test. Even if it's $100 an hour and you pay someone $200 and you end up hiring that person, if they're good, is going to carry their weight. In my briefs, and the way I hire is I build a brief. It has the goal of the video, it might have audio, it might have a time limit, it has assets, it has a Dropbox folder or Google folder, and it's all clearly laid out. It should be as easy as possible for someone to read and understand, okay, I need to start. And then I put a time limit on it. I usually don't do 2 hours because animation and motion takes longer. I actually try and give people like 2 full days, so call it like 8 to 16 hours for a test, because I think there's a lot of ideation and there's a lot of things that need to be set up beforehand before someone can even start animating. Or they might have to illustrate assets or use pre-made packs or vectors. I personally think like if a 20-second clip is sent over for an editing test, then you only should give like 2 days max, and you should set a limit. Like, hey, this test, 10 other people are taking it. You have 2 days to submit me work. And like, I just did this to someone and I was so unimpressed with their work. I paid them and just never talked to them again. Cause like, that's how I view it. It needs to be as efficient and fast as possible. Like if you are hiring creative talent, your goal is to be able to need an editor and hire an editor within 3 days, or you might lose a client who wants to work with you. The business is the best it's ever been. I have some of the biggest clients I've ever worked with, and I can't sleep because I have so much going on. Like I've been sleeping like 5-6 hours a night. It's like when I first started this, probably last November of 2022. Like there was a period where I slept like 5 hours a night because I was on so much momentum. And I've realized like if I don't like compound this momentum, it'll fade down. But if I keep snowballing the momentum, it'll go up. Like right now I'm trading a company in crypto, videos for crypto, and like they're paying me more than other clients have paid me for 3 months, because I realize like go to the markets where there's demand right now for marketing, and it turns their marketing generates money. So if I need animators and I need editors and I have too much work coming in, my goal is to never say no. It's just hire more, hire someone that can do the job and assign the task and let it just get produced. And the only way you can trust your production is if you have good talent. And I always go back to how the NFL hired. The NFL is a well-oiled, multi-billion-dollar machine. If they're doing something that works, there's no reason why you shouldn't copy it and use it for your business. It's not rocket science. It's actually very simple. It's create a brief, set a time limit, and once they pass the first test, assign a harder task or assign another task that allows for more creative freedom. So like the first test sometimes might be very structured. The second test might be like, here's the creative brief, go make whatever you want. I want to see what you come up with. And now you have someone who you get to see how they think, see how their creativity, their storytelling is. Because at the end of the day, if you want to build, it's really hard for yourself just to trade time for money. If you want to build a machine, you're going to need a machine. You're going to need multiple people. If I have a client who's doing 15 videos a month, and I have another client who's doing 10 videos a month, another client who's doing 8, another client who's doing 10, I'm up 50 videos a month. I have a team. And the team is what's carrying the ship from my ideas that I'm pushing to them. And I'm giving them some creative freedom and I'm giving them some structure. Like I assigned a task last night that is a 2-minute explainer video. That video is gonna take probably 7 to 10 business days to completely finish, plus revisions. It's a higher ticket video. I can charge a lot more for something that takes a team 10 business days and it has multiple people working on it. Price is directly associated to value, and the higher value potential, the higher price you can charge. That's all I got. Hope there's something of value in there.